this is a matchup that when Eddie told me I had to sit down, I couldn't believe that Tony Bellew was doing this after the double over David Haye. And Oleksandr Usyk, I've been admiring for some years now, my comrade Johnny Nelson, who won't argue that he was the greatest world cruiserweight in history, but he did reign for 7 odd years as the WBO champion, so he wasn't bad. And he's also been a massive admirer of Oleksandr Usyk, and we've watched the World Series with interest. Oleksandr, you've come out of that with all the treasure, the 4 belts. First of all, how proud are you to have achieved that so quickly in your pro career, only 15 fights in?
Я очень спокойно к этому отношусь.
Yeah, I take it really easy.
And now you come to Britain to take on Tony Bellew. How dangerous a challenge do you think he will be on November the 10th?
I'm sure it won't be an easy fight, an easy challenge for me, and I'm really, really glad to come back to England, to the UK, the country which gave me a chance to get some trophies already that mean a lot in my life.
В моей жизни очень много для меня значит.
And is it solely concentrating on Tony Bellew, or are you thinking about what might lie beyond the likes of the heavyweight generation now with Anthony Joshua and so on?
I'm not actually thinking about Tony Bellew at this moment, and I just concentrated on my training camp, and I'm thinking how I should overcome all the challenges that I have ahead before the fight.
Let's move to Tony. Why? Again.
Everyone asks why. I was on my honeymoon, and for one reason or another I was stood there watching Oleksandr beat up Murat Gassiev on a mobile phone, and the fight stops. The wife gives me this look as if to say, we are supposed to be enjoying our night out on our honeymoon, why are you watching that phone? And then he makes the ultimate sin, he says my name, and it didn't take long. As soon as he said my name, I knew. I knew when I was watching the phone. So, when I was watching the phone, I knew. So, just the world's going to write me off, Adam, and the more you write me off, the more I want to fight. So, we will see. I'm going up against the monster, the man who no one really wants to fight, the man who just dismantles fighters and beats them easily. And make no mistake, he's looking past me already. He might say he's not, but he's already asking Eddie, who am I going to fight at heavyweight? I know he is. And he's going to look at me today and the same thing, but there's only one difference when he looks in my eyes. He passed a comment after Saturday's little stare down, and the comment that he passed is, he thinks I'm arrogant.
Tony, I'm not a monster.
I'm
white rabbit.
You are a monster.
I'm white rabbit. I'm not monster.
So he says he believes I am arrogant. But the only thing is, it is not arrogance that he sees. For the first time in his whole career, he sees a man looking back at him who believes he can win, and not a man who believes that he's just going to lose. Because as great as them other fighters are, as good as they are that he's faced and beaten, not one of them goes in there with the heart and the belief that they're going to beat him. And that changes on November the 10th. I don't just think or believe, I know I'm going to find a way. I always do. I've got no disrespectful things to say about him. He's an amazing champion. I'm a fan. I'm an even bigger fan of his friend. I really am. The guy's amazing. I've probably asked one man for a picture in this whole world. I'm going to ask him again. That's going to be the second man today. He's amazing at what he does. But there's being an amazing amateur, and then there's being something else in the professional ranks. And he's going to learn on November the 10th that I bring something differently than everyone else. And let's not forget, I have the one thing that he doesn't have, and that's a punch that can switch lights off within the blink of an eye. Just one wrong step, one wrong maneuver, and it's over. I showed that, and I've seen people saying, oh, he only beat an old man in David Haye. Well, okay, I'm good at beating old men. But every time I'm wrote off, I always find a way, and on November the 10th, it's going to be no different.
That's what I wanted to ask you about, you finding a way. You've had your ups and downs through your career, but the momentum seems to have come when you've been the underdog, when you've been written off, at Everton against David Hay once, then against David Hay twice. Is this how you get your kicks, that you've got to have a challenge to get up for?
Yeah, getting me kicks is the wrong kind of thing, Adam. Let's get the punches. I don't know. I'm probably mentally a bit of a lunatic at times, and I love...
Definitely.
If the truth be known, I just like fighting. I just like having a fight.
But you want the toughest challenges.
He's the best.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. Believe you me, after I beat him on November the 10th, he's going to win a portion of the heavyweight championship of the world. I know it. I know. I just know. I've watched him. I went to Ukraine in the gym sparring over there many years ago, and I can't remember what year it was. It was the year my grandfather passed away. I left. We took part in the Klitschko Cup after it, and it was him and Glavatsky I was sparring with, and he's an amazing fighter. Like I said, I've always admired him, and I'll always be kind of a fan and admire him, but November the 10th, that changes. I turn into something different, mate. When that low blow goes on, I'm a different person. And no matter how good they are, no matter what he does, I am not going to stand there like this. I will not stand there and just allow him to go brrr and rattle off 4 or 5. It will not happen. It can't. Because I will not stand in awe. I will not admire him. I won't. I will fight with everything I've got. You will have to nail me to the floor. Nail me to the floor to keep me there. And you could do it. You really could. I'm not stupid. But I don't think you are. And I don't think you can. And I just hope when it gets hard, because it's going to get very, very hard, that you want it as much as I do.
Oleksandr, you obviously wanted as much as Tony Bellew. Why did you call his name? Why was it Bellew that you wanted? What did you see in him?
Я назову, почему это Тони Беллю.
I tell you why I chose Tony Bellew, because he is the man who takes the biggest challenges. And he's not the kind of usual boxers who come, see how hard it is, and they just quit. He will come to the end. And this kind of fights are something the world wants to see.
И в этом есть плюс. Такие бои будут крутыми.
And he says he has the one thing that you don't, and that's the power, the punch power. How do you answer that?
Он сказал, что у тебя нет, у него есть то, чего нет у тебя, это сила удара.
Он шутит.
He's kidding.
We will soon see, my friend. We will soon see. I do not play. I wish I could play games, but I can't. On November the 10th, we'll see.
Tony, you've had some phenomenal nights through your career. I think you've always said that Goodison Park, nothing will beat
The greatest, nothing will ever touch that. No
But
matter.
is this
No,
the greatest challenge for you ever?
No, no. Walking into Goodison Park, no one can understand the pressure. I can't put it into words. Nobody can understand the pressure I felt walking into Goodison Park. The only fight me little boys attended. They can never understand the pressure. I lose that fight, I would never have shown my face again. This one, it's funny, because before the first David Hay fight, everybody said to me, we fear for Tony Bellew's health. So I must be getting better, because this time they're only telling me I'm only going to get a lesson. So at least I'm not going to actually, my health isn't going to be affected. This time I'm only going to get a boxing lesson. So I'm either getting better or the opponents are getting worse. Well, the truth is the opponents are getting better. And also a little bit of truth is I'm getting better. And I know I'm going to find a way. As good as he is, as great as he is, and he is a superstar. I told him on Saturday, good afternoon, superstar. He is, he knows he is as well. You know, the only thing he doesn't have is the looks. But he is a superstar. He literally is a superstar. He can do everything besides the one big bang that puts people to sleep. He's unbelievable at what he does. Awkward, slick. His greatest asset is his feet. And people don't realise that. Anybody who understands and knows boxing, all as you watch guys from the outside, you look at his hands and how he does things with his hands. It's his feet that are the key. His position of his feet. The same guy who's sitting on the front row here, it's the feet that make them great. It's how they can move and switch angles and differentiate the weight at certain times in fight. And that's what confuses fighters. It will not confuse me. I won't be shocked by his speed. I won't be shocked by his foot movement. No matter what he says, he will be shocked by me. He will be shocked when I hit him for the first time. He'll be shocked by, I'm the quickest cruiserweight he'll ever face. And although they'll say Murat Gassiev punches harder than Tony Bellew, boxing and punching is all about timing. And it's about taking the right opportunities at the right time. And I'm going to be the first professional fighter he's faced who will do that.
As Eddie said, it's a compelling, the fight of the year. Could it be the last time for people to see Tony Bellew in a ring, win, lose or draw?
Mate, if I don't stop after this, she's going to divorce me, and I've only been married nearly 4 or 5 months, so I don't fancy getting divorced. It's not part of the plan. So she'll probably be watching this somewhere, babe. I promise you this is maybe the last one. I do love you dearly as well.
Thanks, Adam. I'm not answering to Rachel either after this one. This is your last one for all these belts. So, November 10th, as they say, all the marbles, IBF, WBO, WBC, WBA, Ring Magazine belt, the first ever 4-belt undisputed fight in this country's history. 2 great, great fighters that will put it all on the line for your entertainment. Live on Sky Sports Box Office, live on DAZN across America as well.
One great fighter, one fat lucky guy.